Well, I'm trying to get the camera feed to work here, dudes. This is the joys of going live when you haven't gone live for I don't know how long it's been. It's been a minute, right? It's been a minute. Let's see here. Canon, digital. Let's go on screen. Let's delete this guy. And I yeah, the joys here. It's supposed to be working. Uh, let's see if I can. No, that's not it. Oh boy, this is fun. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want a live stream without a little bit of technical difficulties? I can see the preview, so that's good. Anyways, it looks like we do have some, yeah, we do got some people tuning in live, which is awesome. We'll be answering your comments. We are talking all things SHOT Show, in theory. I mean, I hope so. Let's see here. Okay, yes. Cancel that. Okay, got it. Oh, I'm getting warmer here. Let me see if I can wipe this out. There we go. And there's the SHOT Show logo. That's what we're talking about. I don't know. I got to redo all my screens then, apparently. So here's what happened. After I stopped shooting the live streams before, I discontinued the subscription for the software, just because it was a lot of money every year, and the QA income, the patron support, whatever, wasn't paying for the software and all that. So I did find out that there is an option to pay for the software month to month. So I'm buying it by the month right now, which is cool. And then I'll upload this as a podcast as well. So far, the SHOT Show coverage is doing really well. I was like super surprised at how the show coverages went. I took a gamble with doing the long form content. I mean, a couple of the videos are close to an hour, but yet they're getting banger views for a channel my size, which is pretty cool. So I don't know. I took a gamble, and obviously it appears that the audience likes it. I just thought, if I was going to sit down and watch SHOT Show coverage, I can watch a 4-minute video about this, a 5-minute video about that, a 3-minute video about this, but then you have to constantly surf and surf and surf and surf. And what YouTube is telling me is that more people are watching for longer periods of time, as well as on their TVs. They just want to put a video on like a TV show and just let it run. So that's what I did. So it was pretty cool. I'm humbled. I've tried responding to all the comments. I really have, and I can't keep up. There's just hundreds that I'm behind on. So if I haven't responded to your comment, it's nothing personal. And if I did respond to your comment, I really do appreciate all of it. I'm trying to get to everybody and kind of build a relationship. And obviously, it's been a while since we've been doing stuff. So first things first, just going to give a few shout outs to those who are leaving comments. Just Fly Low, hello. Awesome to see you. Jolson, good to see you, man. I really appreciate the support in the comments on both channels. The Ringer of Steel. Well, we'll see about that, right? We'll see about that. And I don't have any secret tabs. You got to use a private mode if you're going to do stuff like that. Just saying. All right, and then we got a new one, I believe. This is Nick. Just going to listen to the Pro Shot Show podcast. That's right. It is the Pro Shot Show podcast. And then Jason, our first question, did I get a chance to go over and look at the mixtape at SHOT? And yes, and I want to say I looked at it before. I can't remember what show it was at. Maybe it was debuted even last year, or at, I don't know if I went to NRA last year. They all kind of mixed together. It looks nice. And there was another comment, and I can't remember his name, Major Payne, something like that. And he left it in a few of the videos, and he basically kind of went on a parade about me not liking the Saber 11. And I don't think I said anything negative. I just said there was a little bit of play in between the slide and frame, which there was, but it felt good. I'm not trying to throw shade. And honestly, I will say this. I remember being in a marketing meeting when I was with a different company talking about SHOT Show 2 years ago. And I said, hey, we got to keep our eyes on PSA. You know, like Palmetto State is really bringing it. And the owner of the company kind of threw some shade at me. And he's like, yeah, listen here, Mr. Marketing dude, you're supposed to like be talking about up and coming brands, and you're talking about Palmetto State. Well, here, look at them now. Arguably, they are an innovator. They're a leader in the industry. Yes, they did start out with some budget-focused items, but man, their new stuff is crushing it. Their AXR line looked really cool. We can talk more about that. The mixtape, the Saber 11, the 570 shotguns, like they have really evolved their brand to doing something that they want to do. So I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm really impressed with Palmetto. I think it's pretty sweet. So, anyways, I I I just once they come to market with stuff, I think that's going to be the big thing. So, all right, before I get into all the other questions, I do want to give a huge shout out to the supporters of the channel right now, which are ProShot and Borka Tools. And I'll give you a quick story. I was on the fence about going to SHOT Show. I really was. The channel, I've kind of taken a break from the channel. I started a video business here that really took most of my attention away and really my focus because that's the main source of my income. There was a little bit of bitterness in me towards making gun content. Nothing against, you know, the content or the companies or anything, just the situation. Honestly, it took some time for me to kind of, I'm being honest with you dudes, I'm gonna let my hair down a little. It took some time for me to realize that it did hurt losing Guns and Tactics. And Guns and Tactics now rest in peace, acquired by UN12, and I have a good relationship with those guys. Heck, I even helped out with a couple of videos recently for them. But it took me a while to kind of realize that something that I've grown and built up with my blood, sweat, and tears just was gone, you know, because I didn't quite leave how I wanted to leave. And there was some of that, and I was a little bit of burnout, and plus I needed to focus on an income, you know, having been laid off from the gun industry of like, what am I going to do? So I've started this video production company, and that really took a lot of my energy for pretty much all of 2025. Made a few videos, took some breaks, whatever. So anyways, man, I like to ramble, don't I? Fast forward, Borka Tools reached out, and it's crazy because I made a video on Borka Tools like 10 years ago and with Boris, the owner at the time. And I knew that Boris was going through some stuff and, you know, what the future was, I didn't know. But so Borka Tools got bought out by ProShot. So the owner of ProShot reached out to me out of the blue a few months ago, and said, "Hey, we saw that you made some videos for Borka way back in the day. We're looking for some updated content. Would you be interested in updating some videos for us with some sponsored content?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah. I like making how-to videos and stuff like that." And I really, truly do believe in the tools. If you've ever been to a class or an event with me, you know that I love Borka Tools. I use their stuff all the time. Tons of videos with me using this dang torque driver. So he reached out, sponsored some videos, and asked, "Are you going to go to SHOT Show?" And I said, "I'm on the fence, man. I don't know. Last year I went and didn't really see maybe a huge return because obviously when I go, I'm paying all my own expenses and everything. And yes, I do have the crud. Hopefully it's not. I've had the crud for like the month. So if I sound a little congested and you see me wipe my nose, I apologize. It's the crud. I've had it for a month. It's not just the SHOT Show crud. Anyways, he reached out and said, "Hey, I would be willing to sponsor your SHOT Show coverage as well because we like you, we like the products that you make. But it's one condition: if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to." And I said, "I feel comfortable with that. I've been using ProShot stuff for years. Obviously, I was sponsored by a different company before that made similar cleaning lube products, but I've used ProShot stuff. In fact, one of my very first bore guides that I bought and one of my first cleaning rods was ProShot stuff that I got back in the Gander Mountain days. So I've been using ProShot stuff forever. So it was a good fit." So he reached out, offered to sponsor, which is really awesome. And the rest is history. So anyways, I got to give a huge shout out to John and the crew at ProShot and Borka Tools. They're good people. I'm really enjoying working with them. After SHOT Show, you're going to see a couple of sponsored videos that are kind of how-tos with Borka videos. And they wanted that for them, and they were going to put it on the channel because torque is important. So you're going to see some of that and probably some other support coming up in the future as well. So that's that. And then obviously for ammo, I do got to give a shout out to Global. If you need stuff from Global, let me know. And then I did see a comment. We'll catch up with you. I'll follow up. So let me get to your comment here in just a sec. Let me just catch up here. So, all right. We talked about the mixtape. Dustin, good to see you, Dustin. Dustin asks, "What's in the mug?" And believe it or not, it is literally just coffee with a splash of creamer. And by that, I mean creamer with a splash of coffee. The Costco had this new organic sweet creamer, and it's quite delicious. And I find myself using less of it because it's delicious and good, which is good because, yeah, I'm really trying to focus on my carbs and my calories. So Dustin, that's what that is. It doesn't have a kick, although I kind of wish it did. It is a fun Friday after all. Jolson, Really? For flooding my feed with a spam from SHOT Show. I mean, it is the time, dudes. Like, SHOT Show is the Super Bowl for us, so everybody is hitting it hard. We're all going there to try to make deals. We're all going there to try to get stuff to review, advertisers, as well as show off what's cool. So I get it, but hopefully you liked mine. I appreciate it. I know you commented on all the videos, so I really do appreciate that. All right, this one's from Nick. You won the giveaway. You know what? Can you do me a favor? The general email is on my channel description. Nick, shoot me an email, and I do have some prizes. And yeah, I can figure that out for you. So I don't know. I don't. All the emails and everything else that I had from that old email are all gone. That got turned off when I left. So I apologize if that slipped through the cracks. But hit me up. I'll get you something out there, and I'll make sure I get you taken care of. All right, the AXR line. We can talk about that. I gotta admit, it looks good. So they have some PCCs, they had some rifles. The shotgun was under development, and honestly, if they would just come out with their 570 shotgun, I'd be happy. We're talking about Palmetto State for those of you guys that's tuning in. So the AXR line looked good. It was a redesign. It's a proprietary upper and lower, and I can't show you guys pictures or anything like that on the live stream. YouTube is very strict about that. I can't even show a picture of a pew pew or holding a pew pew or anything like that. But it was really cool. If you go watch the video, I'll put links in the description for those of you guys tuning in to all the videos. But you guys can check out the playlist for the SHOT Show coverage if you haven't. Hopefully you made it here because of those videos. And I'd love to hear if you are new, if people tuning in. I know a lot of the regulars are here now, but leave comments, all that stuff. Love to hear it. And if you had a favorite video or a favorite format type, whatever, or any feedback, honestly, I'm open to it. But the AXR line was really cool. The PCC stuff looked good. The rifle stuff looked good. I got to admit, I like the innovation that they're taking as far as why they did what they did, as far as the, I can't remember if he called it a monolithic or a semi-monolithic top, but it was cool. And talking to them, it appears, it was talking to them off camera, and I was kind of grilling them a little bit because I was like, dudes, when's this going to come to the market? Like, you teased the Saber 11 last year, and now here it is in testing or production. I can't remember. And he's like, I know, but we just are swamped. I mean, we're super busy, which is a good problem to have. And things are going well and they're moving forward. And we just are trying to be innovative and do cool stuff that we feel the industry wants that they're going to respond to. So I got to say, that's pretty cool. And I give them credit. Again, seeing where they came from. I mean, we all made jokes back in the day about PSA, okay? And to see where they are now as, in some ways, a leader. I mean, I never thought I'd be saying that a few years ago, but their booth was packed all the time. They understand the market. They understand the products that should be coming to market. And yeah, so anyways, I think it's pretty sweet. All right. Did I handle the 4-pound Weatherby rifle? I did not. I did not stop by the Weatherby booth. I am not into hunting as much, so the only rifle I really covered in that realm was the Cooper, and that's just because they got, I don't know if they partnered or acquired with Nighthawk Custom, so when I was at the Nighthawk Custom booth, they happened to show me this rifle, and I was like, yeah, I'll make a video, but I have nothing against hunting. I used to deer hunt. I just don't have time is really what it comes down to. So it did not really cover anything. And I almost kind of wonder if there are dedicated channels to the hunting space. I know there are suppressor channels, and speaking of which, we're going to talk about suppressors here. Okay. Shoot, what did I just do? Okay, didn't mean to do that. Oh man, seriously. What is come on. Live streaming, I tell you. I got to redo all my scenes and save everything, and yeah, the joys here. The absolute joys. I don't even know how I saved this as a scene, but I'll figure it out. Next time, it'll be better. Well, hopefully we'll get to do these again. Especially if you guys leave some super chats and super thanks. I'm shaking the tip jar. I'm not being humble about it. If you want to see these go on, if you like the podcast, please support it. I really do appreciate it because it does go a long way. I mean that. It helps out because it's tough when you're trying to support a whole little sub business on your own and taking time out of your day from work and all that stuff. But anyways, I made the decision. Last year I did a suppressor video, and I made the decision this year. Like, the sea of suppressors was just like overwhelming. I could have been at the show for 2 days dedicated to just finding suppressors, and I wouldn't have covered them all. I mean, High Point literally had suppressors. And like I said in the accessory video, a lot of people that I went to who said, hey, check this out. We're making suppressors this year with the zero tax stamp. We're thinking about coming along with suppressors. Everybody and their brother is trying to capitalize on this zero tax stamp market. And good for them. I get it. Everybody needs to eat. Everybody should be profitable and all that. And the industry has been hurting. But man, I just didn't do it. So I stuck with a few people that have been good to me over the years. Dead Air, I've always been a fan of theirs. They've helped me out, and they've been good. I know Dead Air, some people say they had some quality control issues, and I know the Sierra 5 launch was a little rough, but I have a Sierra 5, and it's been good to me. And honestly, man, Dead Air's been good. And their new CTP5 or CPT5, I wish they would just stick to, like, just call it a patrol can, something simple. I don't know. But their new stuff looked good. I'm hoping to get some in for demo. I've already had a couple of agencies reach out that I have classes coming up with that were asking about it. So hopefully I can bring one of those classes as well. But yeah, the Dead Air stuff, Vanquish from Angsted looks good. Rich is a good dude, and he has my MDP9 fixed. So supposedly that's all up and running, and want to get that. I know Dustin was interested in that. So I'll let you know. We'll keep honest with that. And then I feel like there was one other one. Oh, Surefire. I did cover the Surefire RC4. That was good. And then I did cover the Ambient at the range day. I had high hopes. I saw a lot of the videos before shot coming in where then they're holding it, and I'm just like, well, that seems pretty cool. It's a gassy can. It really is. I would love to try one with maybe a better gas block buffer situation to see, because I do think their temperature technology is pretty cool. He was talking about the 3 cores of it, but shooting it with that rifle at that range event, it was just gassy. And there's better cans with gassiness. So yeah, we'll just do that. So anyways, all right, back to the comments. Yes, 50 channels a day from each channel. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you liked the everything in one, so that's good. All right, just fly low. Did I check out the Kimber DS Warrior? I did. And I don't want to admit this, but I may have forgotten to hit record when I made that video, and I didn't realize it until after. And then honestly, the comp one too, like we did everything. I handed my camera to the dude. I think I do have a short out of it, though. I think we did record the short, so I'm going to be editing the shorts over the weekend, and those will be streaming out on or releasing on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Shorts probably the next week to kind of trickle in content. I wanted to get the long format stuff done, but I did cover the I did use that. So anyways, I really liked the Desert Warrior. Honestly, Kimber has come a long way. I never would have thought again I'd be, impressed with some of the Kimber stuff based on some of the ones I've seen come through the shop years ago, single stack stuff that had issues. The new Kimber stuff is really doing good, and the new leadership is really trying to evolve and move forward. And I liked the DS Warrior. At this point, obviously, I haven't shot it. I would like to shoot it. It's a good time to be in the market. You have the Prodigy, you have the DS Warrior, there's the SDS, the Mac 9 that I'm hopefully going to be getting one of those to check out. It's a good time to be in the market. And if you don't have $2,000, $3,000, whatever, and you want to get into that double stack market, I think having options is always a good thing. So I like that. I did, huh? Who is your stepmom? And I don't recall. I used to your stepmom's meat mitten. Okay. You got to remind me who you are and who your stepmom is, because I didn't expect I didn't expect to read that comment. This is the joys of live, right? I can filter it a little bit. All right. Second channel is difficult, but yeah, Showtime. Yep, they did a good job, and the TFB TV dudes are good dudes, and I like how they did that as well. They kind of kept some of the big stuff there. PSA is not it. I don't know what they aren't it, but they're coming along, man. They're making some good products. All right, the ATF did not get me. Who is this? I recognize Minnesota 3-gunner, but I'm not sure who that is. I have a couple of guesses. No, honestly, like I said earlier, just got busy, had a little burnout, needed some time, and had to rebuild. And honestly, it's good to be back, though. Like, SHOT Show is SHOT Show was a good Kickstarter. Had some really good meetings. Had a couple of hard meetings. I don't know if he's watching, but ironically, how I got connected with a company was from a live stream a couple of years ago on the old channel when I was doing them, and he watched. We connected, and honestly, we had a really good, honest, real conversation in this show. That if you are watching, I genuinely appreciate. Although it wasn't what I wanted to hear, I appreciate the honesty, and that means a lot to me. And I know we'll be working together soon, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Deer hunting, yeah, yep, time, I get it. Sometimes I look at it and I feel like I'm better off going hunting at Costco. 5 cans, yeah, whatever you got, let me know. We can maybe do a range day or something. It's tough. I haven't gotten into reviewing cans a lot. I've done a couple, but I don't have the sound meters. And there's a couple channels that really, really specialize with that. So I feel like for me, uh, I feel like for me, it might be better off supplementing a rifle review with a can in there as well versus doing a dedicated can review. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind on that. But all right. Pretty overfunctioned, but yeah, they are stepping up. I agree. And then Broseph, dude, where do you make donuts? I like to eat donuts. Let me know. Drop a comment where your bakery at or whatever. We'll give you a plug. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Other dudes, if you guys want to leave comments or things like that, this is the whole thing we're going to talk about. So, big thing is, I think one of the sleepers of the show, based on the comments, was the Snake Staff Systems visor first aid kit. That was in the accessories video, and I saw that. I heard about it from a friend of mine. He's like, dude, you got to go over to the Flux booth. They were in the Flux booth. He's like, you got to check out this visor trauma kit. It's actually really cool. So glad I did. What a great idea. A quick removable trauma kit that you can have in your visor. They're also working on a roll bar mount, which I think will be awesome for that thing. Genius. I don't always carry trauma on my person. I do like to have it in my vehicle, but having it on the visor versus in the back of the truck or buried in the glove box, I think is a super awesome idea. So that was honestly one of my favorite accessories. Honestly, also, a couple other things that I did not include in the accessory video that I saw are going to be in the off-road channel. There was this company that makes a little packet oven, almost like an MRE packet oven, but it's its own little contained system. That was cool. I got a little portable bathroom for the side-by-side at SHOT Show. So there was some crossover as well. I know you guys aren't into that much of stuff, but I thought that was other cool little plus bonuses. Okay. Favorite thing, though, by far out of the show, I would have to say for me this year, it was getting hands on the Zermatt Waltz 9. Pistol looked awesome. I like nice things. A couple of people in the comments were, about the price. Totally get it. It's expensive. Yes, it is. But man, that pistol looked nice. I'm going to hopefully have some range time with one in about a month or so. I don't get to keep one just yet, but I get to go shoot one, get some hands on, and maybe nerd out a little bit with those dudes, which is really cool. So if you have any questions about what you want to know about the Waltz 9, leave a comment and we'll make sure we cover those. I don't know if we'll do maybe I'll even try to hit him up to do a podcast. That might be kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe we should do podcasts again. We did one with Hollis and Josh on the old channel, and I thought that was kind of fun. We'll see how these kick off again. I miss podcasting. I miss doing this live thing. I really do. But it's just time. So, the Waltz 9 for me, if I was going to buy one pistol this year, it would probably be that. Close seconds and or maybe ties would be if I could get the Miller Precision X9, their new comp thing with that tri-lug. Looked super cool. I've been hounding Miller since last year to get a sample gun. They work with a marketing group, and I'm not cool enough to probably get on that marketing group's list. I'm just don't have the numbers. But the Miller stuff always has looked really good. I like the innovation they're doing with their grip and slimming it down, and feels really good. And then the other one, I don't know if I can afford it, is the Cardinal. It's by Optimum Machining, I want to say. It's their line now. And they do a lot of stuff I can't talk about on camera. They do a lot of OEM work in the industry, like really nice stuff, really, really nice stuff. And now that they're having this line, it looked awesome. But it's like 8K. So it's even kind of crazy for like me to look at it and be like, dang, that's a lot. That's That's crazy. I'd rather have a four-wheeler, I think. If I'm gonna be dropping that kind of money, I think I'd get more use and joy out of a four-wheeler than, that thing. Maybe, but it looked cool. Gotta admit, it was sweet. It was pretty badass. So those 3 were really cool. Let's talk about the dragon because, the dragon did just come up in a comment, and then I'll get to your other question about the visor kit here. I'll loop back, but okay, I felt better. Number 1, the Waltz is more refined in its production, and there are actually guns in the wild. The Dragon is, I'm not trying to throw shade, and I think it's a little bit more than a proof of concept at this time, but at the same time, the only ones in existence were the ones in the show. And I don't know if there's live fire videos out there. I did not go down that rabbit hole to see, but it's it's interesting, and I think the engineer, the founder behind it, did a lot of, like, radical things with it, like the toolless disassembly, the push button back straps, the push button, all that stuff. Really, really cool. Like, really good. However, I do kinda wonder how many shooters he consulted with because the grip, really cool. You can get a nice high grip, but yet I can't get a lot of leverage on the bottom. And for those of you guys that have taken my classes, know that you get a lot of leverage from your pinky and your ring finger. So to have that extra mass and weight of the grip hanging down there below, I'm curious to see how that shoots. Additionally, the bolt stop, and yes, I said bolt stop because that's what he calls it, a bolt release, bolt stop, because it's a fixed barrel and it has a bolt and a carrier. It literally is right here on your support thumb if you're a right-handed shooter. So I don't know what his shooting grip is like. Maybe he has like a lower grip or a hopefully he doesn't have a cup and saucer grip. But if you're a shooter with a modern grip, you know, your support hand is like right here. That bolt stop jabbed right here, which was super annoying. So I didn't like that, and I wish I really do wish that was refined a little bit because I think that would make it better. And then the other thing is that the optic plate on the Dragon was loose. I saw it on, I want to say Thursday or Friday. And I asked, I was like, how come this is loose? Like, oh, that's just, it needs to be tightened up. It's just loose from the show because we've had like 80 million people handling it. Well, SHOT Show is a good test for that kind of thing. And if it loosens up, I don't know how he tightens it up, and I don't know what live fire would do to it. But, and the only other thing that concerns me is you have to pre-order it. It's a lot of money, and it's 6 to 9 months wait for something that I hope he doesn't go out of business or it turns out to be less than quality. But I'll call him out. Look at Watchtower and the Apache. Yeah, that was expensive. That was a pre-order. That was a lot of hype with influencers and all that other stuff. And it turned out to kind of be a flop, like a meh. There were some guns that ran, but there's a lot of guns that didn't. And then there was a lot of controversy. You can look up the lawsuit about the parts that they were using not being from where they said they were from. So is this going to be, I don't think it will be. Okay, I want to clarify. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I'm just hypothesizing here. I don't want it to be another Watchtower Apache because that gun was a disappointment. Just was. A lot of people bought them and had issues with it. So I just don't want to see that happen to the Watchtower. Okay, this one is from Buddha Blaze. The thickness of the visor kit, I don't know, about like that. So what is that, 8 inches? No, I'm just kidding. That's a funny joke, huh? Okay, it was just a couple of inches, and the weight was really light. Their trauma kit was really light. Plus, what's cool is their trauma sheet. Like you pull it out, and then it had like a whole little trauma form right on there. You could write on with a Sharpie. That was pretty cool. Their medics who have really been there, done that. So the design that they put into that, you can tell it's from doers who have done. Oh, that's a good saying. I should write that down. Doers who have done. It was really lightweight, really good thickness. Would have no problem putting one in my truck and on the roll bar in the side by side. So I would have zero issues with that. Hey dudes, we're up to almost 30 people. That's awesome. Not bad. If you're new here, go ahead and leave a comment. Say hi. Tell me where you're from. Tell me how you found me. Have you watched this before, or did you watch the SHOT Show coverage? All right. This one is from Tatiana. P211, 2K11, or Bulltac Pro. Okay. Out of all of those, I think the Bulltac Pro shoots the best. Like it's ported, it's awesome. I can't show it to you, but I love my TAC Pro. Bull Armory, love their pistols. The Ultralight Pro, the TAC Pro. I really want to get a TAC comp. Every time they show it off at the show, I'm just like looking at it like, when? Because when I shot that at GunCon, last summer, not this last, so 24. GunCon 24 is when they brought it to America. That TAC comp shot, so cool. And yeah. Anyways, out of all of them, the TAC Pro I think would shoot the smoothest. However, it's the toughest to find. So there's that. The 2K11, solid choice. My review on the 2K11 will be coming out probably in a couple weeks or so. I have to get through a couple other scheduled content, but I've been shooting the snot out of that thing. It's accurate. It's ran great. Recoil is pretty good on it. That Kimber 2K11 has impressed me to the point where I really want to get the comped gun as well to kind of see. And then I'll probably do a comped versus non-comped versus ported video where I'll probably be comparing the standard 2K11 is like the litmus test. The TAC Pro is a ported, the XC is a comp, and then the 2K11 comp, if I get one, as like a chunk port comp type thing. So that'd be my comparison videos are something I want to try out a little bit more this year as well. So yeah. All right. So that's what I would buy. And then the P211, that's the SIG. I have not shot it. I played with it at the show. It felt okay. Like the ergonomics of it felt pretty good. I didn't really get a chance to nerd out on like slide barrel fit and all that stuff. So honestly, it's a gun I'd like to shoot. I had some issues. I have some reservations with the 320. I think the 365 is a great gun. My first duty gun was a P226, so it's not like I dislike SIG. Oh man, there's a funny SIG story. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say it or not. Probably not. Anyways, I may have ruffled some feathers, but I think those feathers are smoothed over. I don't know. I haven't shot the P211, so I don't want to. I don't want to say. So, yeah, all the above. I'm not sure all the above too, but that's cool. Hand pink waving. I think that's supposed to be an emoji. So good to see you. Today's top firearms. All right. Dave checking in. My platypus ported was supposed to be here yesterday, but thanks to the snow. Okay. When you say ported, do you mean the ported version or the new comped version? Because they came out with a new comped version, which I have been begging Tim for. I'm like, please send me one, please. And they were not at SHOT Show. I really did miss them at SHOT Show, and I think a lot of people did. I have mad respect for Stealth Arms. To date, I still think my platypus is one of the most accurate pistols ever. Dustin, you're in here somewhere. You can verify. Remember at the end of AJ's class, we're shooting, and I shot this wicked, like stars aligned 25-yard group, like probably the most accurate 25-yard group I'd ever shot in my whole life since and now was with that platypus. That thing is just a dang laser beam. So I really do want the comped version so bad. Oh man, I want it. I want it. And yes, the comp version, it's a chunk port. Nice. Dude, jelly. I'm jelly of you. I love it. All right, let's see what other questions do we have here. This one is from Mr. Creations. Any experience with the Echelon models? I don't actually. I don't have any experience with those. I kind of ruffled feathers over at Springfield when I made my old Prodigy video. They sent me a Prodigy and it was a turd. Or no, I bought a Prodigy. That's what it was. I bought a Prodigy. It was a turd. I made a video showing how, hey, it's not running great. They sent me a demo. That one had issues with like 2 boxes in. I sent it back and I was like, I'm done. Now, they have actually sent me an updated comped version, which I need to do that review. That one is way better. So, but because of that, I think Springfield is not necessarily eager to send me out any demo guns, but I have not shot the Echelon. I do want to get your feedback here, people. Okay, first off, I do want to talk about a couple of things. Number one, I know I used to always promote the QA email address. The email address doesn't work anymore. I don't have it in my inbox. I think it still goes somewhere, but I don't know where because I just get it. It ended up getting spammed by, I don't know if a foreign bot got a hold of it or what, but like all the time I would just be getting a bunch of other stuff and then it would confuse it. So then it started to spam everything and whatever. So don't email me leave comments. I like doing the live comments thing. We're going to read comments and all that, but don't, unfortunately that email doesn't work. So you don't have to email that anymore. Shoot, what was I even going to say? Dang it. This is what happens when I have the ADHD and I get distracted. Anyways, talking about the email, talking about comments, Echelon. I don't know. Somebody remind me what you think I was gonna talk about, or if I missed your question. 8.6 blackout or 338 arc? I don't know, man. I kinda wanna see where things shake out. I've seen cartridges come and go that I'm glad I wasn't an early adopter with certain things. Like, obviously, 300 blackout is here to stay, but we've seen 224 Valkyrie, we've seen 6.5 Special, we've seen 6.8 Grendel. Now it appears to be 6 Arc. And out of all of those, do I think 6 Arc is probably going to win? Yeah, but there's also some proprietary rifles, with the magazine that's a little bit bigger. It's not a large frame, it's not a small frame, it's not quite a medium, it's like a schmedium frame mag. We'll see. I'm rooting for the 6 Arc. I think that's cool. And then as far as these other ones, I don't know. I really don't know. I think they both, the 8.6 Blackout and the 338 Arc, both have cool things about them. But I'd be really mad if I bought a 224 Valkyrie right now and trying to find ammo for it and everything else, and I don't want to see that happen to one of these. 300 Blackout, I'm happy with, right? I don't own a 300 Blackout anymore. I want to, which if you guys have some experience, I was thinking about getting a new barrel or an upper for the SIG MCX. I do have an MCX SBR, so I was thinking about getting a 300 Blackout for that. Or honestly, if I was buying one right now, I would get the Noveski that I shot at SHOT Show, that Gen 5 Noveski. That thing was smooth. That was really, really cool. I liked that a lot. The Maxim was supposed to be nice. I haven't shot one. They did invite me to maybe collab after because we're both in Minnesota. So I might shoot their 300 black and see what happens. But if I was buying a 300 blackout right now, that Noveski is so far at the top of my list. And obviously I know there's the mixtapes and the, what does Q's call theirs? I can't remember. But I really do want a nice 300 blackout SBR. Why? Just because. Oh, I lied. I do have a 300 blackout bolt action. I have a Ruger American that's sitting in the safe that I'm going to build up with an over-the-barrel suppressor and like a stock because that takes the AR mag. So I thought it'd be cool. I really want the Noveski Lot Lizard. I dream about that. Absolutely dream about that. Okay, we're going to take 10 seconds. I'm going to mute my microphone because I got some crud coming and I think it'd be rude. So give me 1 sec here. Now, if I was, oh my gosh, sorry. My whole equilibrium just changed. My hearing is all different now. So I don't know if I was talking loud or not before, but everything, oh, dang. I hate being sick, especially when it's like ear, nose, and throat stuff. Where was I? Oh, 300 blackout, lot lizards, all that stuff. I just think it'd be really cool to have a nice, quiet, suppressed 300 blackout. I do want the yeah, I really do want the lot lizard. I think that's really cool. And the Ruger American, I don't know of an aftermarket folding stock or a chassis system for that, but that's kind of what I'm on the hunt for. I want to say I either have in my cart or maybe it's in the parts bin the Magpul stock for the Ruger American, but I think a folding one would be kind of cool. Like if MDT came out with one of their that Stalker Core chassis that I saw in the accessory video, if they came out with that for the Ruger American, that'd be sweet. If they came out with that for a 1022, that would be sweet. Those all felt really, really good. So those were cool chassis and stocks. All right, back to the comments. This is from Chris. Hey, I watched before the shot coverage from over by Vegas. Enjoyed all the videos. That scene with the overgassing. Yeah, I know. And I don't like to. Okay, I don't like to make bad reviews per se because I number one, there's some risks with that. But I'm at a point right now where I'm not. I'm just going to be honest, and that's just what it is. Before in the past, if somebody were to send me a turd and it's a turd, I probably just would have sent that back and say, hey, no thanks. Nobody wants to watch turd reviews or whatever. But it's kind of started with the Prodigy where I was like, I'm just going to be honest with people because I would want to know this so I don't buy it. And it might have burned some bridges for me. Oh, well, that's just what's going to happen. And I'm getting to a point now where it's like I don't have to please everybody. I'd rather be honest and call it like it is. And when I did that video, it's like, man, I could have cut that out and not talked about it and just showed like the hand holding thing. But it was a gassy gassy can, like Surefire RC2 gassy. One of my first demos was an RC or an RC2 or whatever way back in the day, and we were shooting and it got all gassed out, and I'm like, man, if this is what suppressed shooting is like, no thanks. And then it got better. I think the dead air Sandmans were better with it, and then obviously now we have the flow throughs like the Huxes and the newer dead airs and all that. So I think we're in a far better spot. Plus the guns are a little tuned better for it and all that. But yeah, that thing was gassy. That was gassy. So, all right, let's see here. Well, I'll tell you the SIG story if you shoot me a message. I mean, I think I know. I don't know if it's Chris. Is that you? Like, I'm guessing it's Chris, but I don't know for sure. But you can text me and I'll tell it to you. Yeah, Dustin was there. I appreciate the verification. All right, back to CK Kevin. SIG products. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. The 211 looked cool. I'd like to shoot one. I like the 365s. My Spear has been fine, my MCX. But I get it. I get it. And I feel like if they don't understand that people have some concerns, I don't know. I mean, look, I had one person ask me, like, do you really believe all that? Dude, there's video after video after video of holsters, of pistols in holsters getting bumped by backpacks and whatever else. Did something get in the holster? I don't know. There's a few of them where it doesn't look like it, and it got bumped. And then there's other videos where people show, like, if you put the pressure on the slide and whatever else. So I'm not an engineer. I don't know. But yeah, I get it. I really just get it. So they have a chunk or a 3 slot. I'm assuming you're back to the platypus. So that's fair there. And then yeah, I know. And the chances of them seeing this are probably slim to none. But that's what I thought about the other thing, and then that's what it was. All right. Yeah, Springfield, like I said, my new Prodigy though has been good, so I'd like to think that the Echelon would be good too. I've heard good things about the Echelon. Hey, speaking of I don't want to say budget, but more realistic budget stuff. Because lately I have had this thing for like the high end 1911s, 2011s, whatever. What I like, and I think it's cool. I mean, like, who doesn't want to drive Ferraris and Lambos, right? But is everybody buying Ferraris and Lambos? No. So that being said, I do maybe want to look at some more budget friendly options for content this year. Obviously, we have Glocks and stuff like that, but some of the other brands that you may not have heard as much about. And the reason why I'm asking you guys is Rost Martin reached out. The contact there, I used to know her from when she was with a different company back in the day. She reached out to me and wants to connect. I don't know what it's going to lead to. I don't know if it's going to lead to a demo gun or anything like that. I did some snooping, and it looks like it is based off the Eric's Delta platform of gun, which is a good gun. I got to play with one of those when Global had a demo day. So, and this looks like it's a little bit different, refined version of that. So if you guys have any experience with Rost Martin or any interest, leave a comment below, because we might be doing some content with one of them. A couple of my friends have done videos, David at the Humble Marksman and Roger at QVO, and they had good things to say. So that's a good sign. All right. Thoughts on the new C4X. I did shoot it. It shot nice, as it should, because it's a comped little carry gun. My everyday carry right now, most days, is a Staccato CS. It shot like I would expect if I put a comp on the front of my CS, which the whole V3 thing is another, maybe we will talk about that. Give me a moment. Anyways, it shot like that. Now, there are some people in the comments on like some of the Facebook groups saying, this shoots softer than an XC. It's their new flagship. No. And then I said, dude, it did not. And then the one guy said, were you drunk when you shot it? No, I was not. And I own an XC, and I've got probably 10,000 rounds through it. This did not shoot as good as an XC. I'm sorry, it just didn't. It shot nice. It shot what I would expect a CS, maybe a C2, with a comp on to shoot. It shot nice. It was soft, flat, especially compared to the CS. A little bit softer than the new C. So it shot really good. However, when you look at the price point, what they're asking for the HD 3.6 and now the bump to this one, it's a lot. And I think that they're going to sell every single one that they make. People are very loyal to this brand, and they're going to sell all of them. Am I going to get one? I don't know. I'm torn. I love the idea of all the things that I like about the size and comfort of the CS with a Glock platform magazine and a compensator, I love all of it. But does it shoot that much better than my CS to justify me buying it? And then I got to go buy a new holster, and then I got to go buy another new holster, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm torn. Maybe. We'll see. I don't think Staccato is going to send me one anytime soon. I'm probably not cool enough. The one person that I did know that hooked me up with my C and the HD 4.5, I don't think he's with Staccato anymore. So, yeah, a lot of movement in the industry this year. So we'll see how that shakes out. But the other thing is with Staccato, seriously, you make the HD 4.5. Why not make the HD 5? Like, make the HD version of the XC with a big grip, full-size slide, and a big old comp, just like the XC. That's what people want. I think they would have sold way more of those than the C4X. Maybe they'll call it the C5X. I have no idea. But that's what people really want. And then the other thing is, speaking of the new C and the CS, it's already discontinued. I'm going to talk about that in my comparison video, CS versus Bull Armory Ultralight Pro. Seriously, I remember you guys saying that the V3 magazine is the latest and greatest, best thing in the 2011 industry. And this magazine is built from the ground up around the 9mm, and it's better than the 2011 mag. And this is the future, the future. And now the future apparently means 2 years. And then we're going to Glock mags, and we'll keep our legacy mags. Kind of disappointed. Not going to lie. Like, we never saw the 19-round tubes that we were promised. I don't think we ever will. Although Checkmate is magging V3 tubes now. So maybe Checkmate will take that over, because I have 2 of the 25Cs and a CS. Am I going to get rid of them? I don't know. I might. Maybe I will just move over to the HD line. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But that's just my rant. All right, I'm done. Rant over. Let's get back to comments. Speaking of which, love the comments, appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed the SHOT Show content, last time I'll shake. No, not the last time. I'll probably shake the tip jar a couple times. If you like the SHOT Show content, if you want to show me a super chat, super thanks, whatever, really does mean a lot to me. Although the views, seriously, I can't believe the views enough, and I'm super pumped about all of the views and everything. I just wish the views would equal more subscribers. Okay, Henry. I did not stop by the Henry booth this time. However, I remember seeing it last year, and I thought that would be such a fun 300 Blackout, especially the one that takes the AR mags. That would be just awesome, especially with an SBR and a short can. Oh, that would be cool. So, yeah, I agree. That would be awesome. A subsonic hunting setup for sure. That's kind of what I thought. Ooh. Well, which Seekins? I'm confused. I didn't know you were looking at a Seekins. Why would you buy a Prodigy? Dude, let's bump that budget up a little bit. Platypus, the comped platypus, is what I think you should buy, Dustin. Heck, I might, if I get the comped one, maybe. You know what I'm saying. I can't say that on the tube here, but, just come on up and shoot them. Then we'll see. All right, Mini 14 in a folder stock. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Mini 14s they always remind me of the A-Team. Good memories. Okay, SIG with a few years. Yeah, I agree. I'm really curious to see what happens. And I'm also curious to see if they do start scaling up the 365 to make like a real full-size 365. I know they have, I can't keep track of all their models, but I would be curious to see if they make like a bigger grip module for larger hands, but it still takes the 365 megs. I know there was an aftermarket company, Noise Fighters. Noise Fighters had an aftermarket grip module that felt like a 2011, but it took 365 magazines that felt really good. And I didn't run into him. Didn't run into him at SHOT. He would have been one that I really would have wanted to run into. He's a good dude. Noise Fighters makes awesome stuff. Shameless plug for Noise Fighters. If you guys have Ear Pro and you want gel cups with little cuts for your glasses, go check out Noise Fighters. Neil is a super awesome dude, makes a great product. Noise Fighters for the win. I have them on a lot of my Ear Pro, so definitely check them out. Free plug for Neil because he's a good dude. All right, I was surprised by how much I like the Echelon. Well, that's good to hear, man. This is exactly what I like. I love to hear that. So, and their band, yeah, I know. And I've thought about getting rid of mine. I have an AXG 320, and man, if they could, I would actually gladly move that for a P211. So, Sig, if you're listening and you want me to love you, take my AXG and give me a P211. That would be cool. All right. I bet it didn't shoot 3800 good. Which one was that? Let's see here. I don't know who you're responding to. It doesn't show me who you're responding to if you are. Do I think there'll be any updates? Oh man, to the DWX. I don't know. So I'm not under an NDA with them. All right, I'll share a little insider baseball here for you, Tatiana. And Tatiana, I don't recognize the name, so I'm not sure if you're a new viewer, but thank you for the comments and thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. So I used to know someone, I won't name them, who used to work at the CZ, and they did say at the time the DWX line was going to be expanded. They were going to do more with it. There was going to be they did have a compact line. They were potentially working on a subcompact line, and then they were also working on a comped version of the full size. And unfortunately, none of those has really ever seen the light. We have the DWX and the compact that came out, and then they did upgrade to the optics version. And don't get me wrong, I actually really like the DWX. I think it's a pretty cool hybrid gun. Am I going to keep it forever? I don't know. But it shoots nice. It has some pros over a 1911, 2011, like i.e. the linkless barrel, but yet that good trigger. So I do think it's really cool. However, I think Dan Wesson, if they want that gun to grow in the market, I think they got to step up. I think they got to come out with a comped version, some subcompact stuff, some aftermarket, make parts. I think they have some work to do if they really want to be, if they want a piece of the 2011 pie, I think they got to kick up the oven a little bit and start putting more toppings. I'm trying to make a pie pun, and I'm realizing I'm falling flat on my face here. But I like the DWX. I still think it has potential. It's just, what are they doing? Like, I stopped by and I was like, hey, anything new with the DWX? They're like, nope, nothing new. We got this other CZ retro thing. That's cool. I'm sure they'll sell all of those, but that's just not my thing. So, yeah. All right, Just Fly Low. Good to see you, man. Let's have another range day. I really appreciate everything that you've done to help me out as well. We're coming up on an hour, so we're doing pretty good. Let me know how you guys are doing and if we should bounce or not. All right, Nick, so excited to see CS magazines. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know. So I would say the good news is Checkmate is coming out with CS and V3 is what they're calling them, magazines. So there will be magazines, but I totally get it. I totally get wanting to not invest. I was asking when the honesty started. Oh, I forgot about the Seekins. Yes, it did. There we go. That was probably my first meh review with the Seekins. I called them out on it. That's right. I don't know if Seekins would talk to me anymore or not. I should stop by and say, hey, I don't know if they remember me. The thing is, there's so much turnover in the industry that people don't remember or move on. But yes, I did make a review, an honest review on the Seekins PH1 and how I had some issues with that as well. I ended up getting rid of that. So yeah, that's true. I totally forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder. Okay. Yes. Ike, awesome to see you. Loved your comments, man. I appreciate you watching the show. I've been seeing your comments on the other ones as well. C4X. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. If you have a question on it, let me know. And yeah, if the collection is pretty SIG heavy, nothing wrong with that. The MPX is one of my favorite PCCs. I like the Spear. I still have my original 226, although I don't know. As I'm getting a little older, I'm getting way less sentimental. Like, I thought I would never sell my 226. That was the first gun that I worked the road with. Like, literally at the ripe old age of 21, working my first part-time copper job, I had a 226 on my hip, and I swore to myself, I'll never get rid of that. And now it's like I haven't shot it in a long time. I don't know. I'm just getting less sentimental about stuff, and I want stuff to own me less. Like, I'm tired of stuff owning me, and that's what I feel like. Even around the shop, I have a lot of clutter, and I'm trying to get rid of stuff. If you guys could see just beyond the camera, I have a huge pile of stuff that I'm selling and getting rid of because it's like I haven't used it in a year. I'm probably not going to use it in a year, and I'm kind of looking at that with my collection as well. And it's like, if I haven't been using this, if I'm not shooting matches anymore, do I really need to hang on to all this stuff? And it frees up things for me to get other stuff or make other memories. And I used to think it was really cool. Like, I remember being younger and seeing those dudes with the huge walls of their collection, and man, they're so cool. And it's like, I go back to the few things that I like, that I really like, and I'd rather have maybe a rotation. So I don't know, just kind of where I'm at. It's kind of interesting. And then I also think about, like, what if something were to happen to me and all this crap that my wife has to deal with? Like, this is my little happy space, but I'm sure for her it's a nightmare. And she looks at all this crap. She even makes fun of the patch walls. She's like, I don't like all the clutter. It looks so random and clutterized. Uh, all those patches, I'm sure, would just end up in the trash, or maybe she would donate them to some place. So some thrift store in Brainerd is going to have a heck of a collection. Oh man! All right, let me know where you guys are at. I'm kind of getting sappy. All right. Oh yes, got it. The C4X doesn't shoot 3800. Yeah, I know. For 38 hundo, you're almost at XC pricing. I mean, an XC is 4,300. And I feel like for 500 more bucks, maybe that's what you're better off with. I'm gonna swap over to comments here quick, and we are gonna check in to see if there was some comments that we had to go over from the YouTube SHOT Show videos. We're gonna filter by question, and if people had questions there, but of course now I got to get relogged in. Oh, the joys. So anyways, leave comments, go from there. We can go through all that. I got to do my passcode here, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. All right. Needs a pass key, apparently. Oh, the joys. Yeah. We're going to skip. All right. While I'm waiting for this, you guys let me know. Oh, and Dead Air is also live right now. We're conflicting times. Let me know if, I don't know, any feedback, constructive criticism too, like on the shot videos, if there's something you wished I would have done less of or more of. Like, I got thick skin, I can handle it. I've had hard conversations, and I'm okay with changing it up a little bit, or I'm okay with whatever. So we'll see what happens. All right, let me go to comments here, and we'll see if we have some questions that I wanted to loop in. Let's see here. Sort by contains questions. There we go. Somebody asked about Kirk and B.E. Myers. He left Arrow maybe a year ago or so, and he's a good dude. I was really happy to run into him. And actually, that was crazy. Speaking of him, he actually told me, I'm a few years older than him, and by a few, I mean a few. He was just like, hey, man, I just wanted to say, like, I remember watching your gun videos when I was in middle school, and now, I work in the industry. It's just really cool how things come around or whatever. And he works for B.E. Myers. Like, I am now like begging him for like cool stuff, and he says, yeah, I used to watch you in middle school. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I thought that was pretty humbling, and it's kind of cool how stuff like that loops around. Other questions that came up in the videos, the Strix. I don't know if you guys remember the Strix digital night vision thing. If I had to pick one coolest gadget from the show, it would be that by far, but it's 15,000 buckaroonios. I cannot afford that, but it was really, really cool. 15, yeah, crazy. And then Chris made a comment on the accessories. When did you start this channel, and where did your old one go? It's like, I made a video about that. Clearly people don't watch sometimes. That's all right. Let's see here. Other questions. Some guy made a comment about the Apollo. I did not get to that, and I don't know about Holosun. Holosun had a really impressive lineup. I got to admit, Holosun, their SKUs, they're coming out with over 30 SKUs. Now, granted, a lot of that is because red, green, and gold for colors. So one product has at least 3 SKUs. But their new stuff with the lasers built in, the new pistol optics, they're just another innovator. And I remember first kind of being, when the 507C, the original one, I was kind of like, I don't know about this. They've really come a long way. Like, I got to give mad props to Holosun. Now they're some of my favorite optics. And I talked about that in one of my old videos on the old channel, about how I had to kind of eat a little crow because the 508, the 509, the aims, all that stuff is really good. And their lasers are really good too. So very cool stuff. Got to give props from them. And then somebody asked if I stopped by Agency booth to check out their agency collab, and I did not. I wish I would have. yeah, I wish I would have. The Atlas Agency collab looked really good. I'm not going to lie. That looked pretty sweet, as it should. I'm sure they're going to sell every one of those, and it's going to be very, very, very expensive. All right. I don't know any other questions. I'm trying to get through the questions at the comments, and yeah, the other one that I missed that I was really bummed out about is Fusion. I wish I would have been able to stop by the Fusion Firearms booth. I have one of their pistols. We did a first shots with it. I actually need to send that gun back to them because I don't like to keep guns that, if I haven't done a lot of content with it. And I would love to get one of their comped versions and kind of rebuild that relationship with them, because I kind of lost touch with them when I was on my break and everything. So yeah, that's that. All right, let's get back to other questions in the comments. And a lot of comments, I should say, about budget. I get it, dudes. A lot of the stuff that I talked about was expensive. I like nice stuff. I can't afford all that stuff. Okay. I don't expect everybody else to, but I do feel like there's a lot of people that would love to be able to save up for the one really, really nice thing, then have a bunch of meh things, or maybe start with a meh and then go from there. I don't know. I don't know anybody who has bought a really nice thing and then has, like regretted having that. And I'm talking like if it's a worthwhile thing. Like obviously there's turds in the industry where people have bought guns that they regret because they ended up being turds and stuff. But I don't know. It just kind of seems where the market is going too. And when I was in the industry doing sales and marketing stuff, I'm here to tell you, we'd put a $6,000 item on the website and it'd be gone within hours, where we'd have a flash sale on $600 things and we'd be sitting on a bunch of them. So the high-end market is hot. Like there are people out there who have a lot of money, and I'd love to know what they do and if they want to share some of that money with me. And if they need any training or video services, I'd like to take some of their money. Just saying. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we got for questions. I think that's the main questions in the YouTube comments. So I'm going to switch back. I'm going to switch back to the live stream here, and we're back. All right, let's pull up some comments here. Yes, like to get rid of a lot of ARs. Yeah, exactly. You do. You will lose, right? You're always better off selling on your own, not going through a shop, because they're going to mark down the offer so they can make money out. That's just how business works. But yeah, you are going to have to take a discount, man. Sometimes you're better off parting it out. Sometimes you're not. And that's just how it works, unfortunately. So, but if it's not something you're using, get rid of it. Get something that you will use, even if you have to take a little bit of a loss. I say you're better off having something that you use and like than hanging on to something that you might resent and don't use. I'm just not into collecting anymore. Like I wanted to be a collector. Some of those dudes actually get wicked views, but I just am not a collector. That's where I'm at. All right. Let's see. With no restriction on technology, what is one hypothetical thing you would be most excited about being made? Ooh. I would love to see night vision thermal in like wearable eyeglasses, or super, super compact. Like literally the closest thing we could get to like Predator vision or Terminator vision would be super cool. I remember the first time I put on night vision, and I literally, like everybody says, and it's a little cliche, this is like a superpower. But it is. Like you realize when you can see at night, it is like a superpower. And now I think if you were able to wear something that's super lightweight, maybe even a contact lens that you could see at night, you could see thermal, and it had enhancement where you could zoom in, like go gadget, X-ray glasses or whatever, that would probably be the cool. Like vision, something with vision, because I feel like knowledge is power, and you can get a lot of knowledge from your sight. That's our most used sense. So I feel like that would be what I'd be the most excited about, for sure. All right, let's see here. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm just trying to work through the struggle. And there has been some struggles. It's 25 for the content side of it. Was an interesting year. It was definitely an interesting year. I did not. Yeah, I wish I would have as well. Like that Magpul FTP, the little toolbox, not toolbox, the flashlight gun, whatever. Yeah, that was cool. I got to admit, wish I would have checked that out, because that would have been neat. The other thing that reminded me of that, though, is I did see a folding shotgun. It was made by Rock Island. The guy did the folding thing. I knew it would look cool on video, but I just don't know the market for that. Like it folds up from like this to like this, I just don't know what the market is that people need a folding shotgun that fits into an awkward triangle case. I don't know. I don't know who they're going to sell it to. I don't know. You let me know if you saw that one. All right, buying your first AR, looking to spend 7 to a G. Let's see. You know, I've heard decent things about the Ruger Harrier. I've not shot one or played with one, but a couple people in the industry say they're built pretty solid. Uh, in all honesty, if you were looking to spend that, I would say if you could buy a quality thing used, you can find quality brands used in that neck of the woods. Like a quality new rifle is going to be around 15 nowadays. You can buy a used BCM for around a G. A Midwest industry, their new stuff looks great. They're doing some really cool stuff, so that would be another one. Uh, Otherwise, yeah, I if you were hardcore set on that budget, I would really try to prowl for like a used really solid, like a used Suns, a used BCM, um, or build. You could probably build a really sweet one for that and just kind of piece it together, knowing that, okay, I'm going to skimp out right now on just a basic lower parts kit and with a mil spec trigger. And then in the future, you could upgrade that. But you can get a really nice receiver and handguard set and then get a good barrel, a good bolt carrier group, all that kind of stuff, and then kind of piece up furniture as you go. There's no shame and building everything solid and cheaping out on the furniture to start with. Like, just put a crappy takeoff mil spec stock. You could probably find one of those for free in a parts bin, or whatever, and then building up as you go to get to that point where you have something. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff on the used market that's really good. The only thing you have to be careful of is that, was it a factory gun or was it a build? Like, did somebody just buy the brand name lower and then build up their own thing with a bunch of junk parts? Or are you buying somebody else's problem? Or is it truly a factory built gun? But I would say if you could keep it for around a G, I would have somebody that you trust maybe look in the used market or see if there's a trade in. We can kind of go from there. So that's what I would do. Otherwise, Midwest is good. If you can save up a little bit more, Bravo Company, Sons of Liberty. What are my other go-to kind of budget brands these days? There's so much saturation that I don't know. I don't think you're getting as much value with like the FNs, the Smith and Wesson M&Ps, uh, versus some of the others that are out there. So that's just me. And then there's a whole sea of AR stuff that I've never heard of, and you're just gonna get who knows. And that was the other part. Like, after we saw this before with spikes in the industry, companies would come out with making ARs, and now they're out of business. So that kind of sucks too. And I was involved in a company that is no longer, and I feel bad for ways because those people that we sold guns to, warranty and tech support and all that, they got to deal with Adams Arms. And, it always kind of sucks. So, yeah. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Honestly, and I've had good luck. I've been moving some of my stuff on TaxSwap, and I put my other stuff on the G broker, and you can do okay. You can definitely do okay on it. But yeah, if you're gonna take it to a shop, they definitely need to make a margin too. So I get that. All right, let's see here. We got from Soup is Home. Glad to see you're back, man. Yeah, it's good to be back. And yes, burnout is a real thing. But I'm happy to be back. I really do feel confident that SHOT Show was a good kickoff for me, and I'm excited to be pumping out content. We have some stuff coming up, and I'm just really excited about it. Dudes, we've been going on over an hour, and I really do appreciate it. It was fun to do this again. So hopefully we'll do it more. Let me know what you guys would like to see, and we'll kind of see if we can maybe integrate a podcast or a live in there. The other thing that I did think about, I've been doing these over the lunch hour. However, I've been uploading all of my videos this last week at night. The first one was by necessity because it took me forever to edit it, and I wasn't done until 9 or 10 at night. But then the rest of them, I've just been uploading at around 8 p.m., and it seems like the interaction is pretty good. However, is there a night of the week around maybe 8 p.m. Central that you guys would want to hang out and do a live stream? Because I feel like a lot of people are working, or whatever. I mean, I just kind of wonder if a weekday night, not a Friday night. I don't think anybody wants to hang out with YouTube on Friday night at 8 o'clock. Maybe. I mean, I'm in my 40s and middle age now, so going out to the bars and clubs is not my thing anymore. But if there's a weekday night that the live cast would do better. I'm almost kind of wondering on trying that. So maybe the next one will be an experiment. We'll see. And I'll try to schedule it out ahead of time and post it now that I have maybe the software or events or something, but we'll see. So, dudes, that's going to wrap it up. A lot that we've unpacked. Huge shout out again to ProShot, and Borka Tools. Awesome people. Really appreciate their support. Really appreciate them having some faith in me to kind of give me a boost. It was a nice little, I don't know how to describe it without getting too sappy. I don't want to get sappy, but I really do appreciate their support and them sponsoring some content and sponsoring the SHOT Show coverage. So, yeah, hope all is well with you guys. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day. I'm going to smile, take my thumbnail, and then we'll get this posted. Hopefully you guys watch all the other SHOT Show videos. All right, how did I look? I think I looked all right. We're going to wrap it. Take care.